Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker again, and of course I'm back on the Iron Maiden songs. This was again requested by a number of my subscribers, and I also noticed that they are playing it on the Legacy of the Beast tour that they have just completed in the United States. So I thought, why not? Let's do this song. In fact, what I'm thinking of, I'm going to do the missing songs that they've added to the Number of Beast tour. Now, I've already done one of them, which is the Klansman. This one being the second one. So there's a few more that I want to actually cover that they've included in the new set list. I'm not looking at the usuals. They're the kind of ones they always play, things like the Trooper, Number of the Beast. These are the ones that have not really been covered in lessons before, so I've got to put them out. So it's worthwhile sticking around and staying tuned for this one, which leads me to, if you are a new visitor to the site and you do like Iron Maiden, then you really should consider clicking on that subscribe button, clicking on that bell, and then you're going to be notified whenever I'm posting any of these new lessons. Of course, you're going to have tablature, that is going to be included, and of course a backing track, so as you work through it, you'll be able to play along with the backing track. Well, enough of me, let's get into this and let me show you how to play for the greater good of God. So don't go away.
Preview.
So the song starts off with the bass, and we've got a keyboard on this one in the background playing, and Dave Murray plays this little line just to start this off. He's just playing. Very, very easy to play. He's just on the A string. He's just moving from a 5 to a 7. Goes from a 3 to a 5, same string. Back to a 5 to a 7. Then he moves across to the D string and does a 5 to 7 again. Then we go into this little figure that he plays. And then he repeats that line. So let me just show you what he's doing. Just an E string, open E string, let that ring out. And then you're going to go to the D string, do a 5-4, and then 7 on the A string, and you repeat that. And finally you finish off on a 7 on the D, back to 4 on the D, and then 5. Then we go back and we repeat that initial, and then instead of going to the 7, you do a 5 on the D, 5 on the A, and then a 7 on the A. And then you repeat that whole figure all over again. And then we go into the kind of the verse section part, which is using finger and thumb, which is what we'll do now. So we start off on an E5 chord. So we're going to be up here on the A string going on 7 and then 5 and 5 on the D and the G string. And the pattern that he's playing is going like this. So we're playing the A string, D string, G string, D string, back to the G string, so it's, and that's the phrasing. From there we move down to 3rd fret on a C chord, move move down to the E string and the A and the D string, so you're playing a G. Then we move up to 5th fret on the A string, we're playing a D5. And then we go back and repeat the whole thing. And that pattern just continues through on that verse section. Just keep going round and round and round and round. So now we're on the overdrive. I'll just play through the sequence, which is exactly the same chord progression of what we just did on the clean guitar. But of course, we've got more of a rock feel to it. So we're just playing that E5, but we're playing power chord, 2 chugs, power chord, 2 chugs, power chord again, and then 1 chug. And then we move down to the C5, move down to the G5, and then back up to the D5. And we just keep, we play through that 4 times. Now, when we come round after the 4 times, instead of going back up to the E5, we go down to the A, playing the same sequence, but for 2 bars. Move up to the C5, and then up to the D5. And now we are into the pre-chorus section. So I'll just play it through and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, we start off on open E string, cross to the G string and I do a 4-5, 7 on the D, back to the 4 on the G, and then 5 on the D, and then I do another 5, then I've got 3 7s, down to 4 on the D, I've got 3 of them, and then we finish off the pattern which goes back to the 5 on the D, to the 4, and then 5 on the A. And you're going to repeat that 4 times. Now when we finish with that, we go back to we go through that sequence again and we play through that chorus or that verse section. We have another pre-chorus, then it goes back to the verse section, which is the power chords with a chug, and then it goes back to another pre-chorus. So we've got that looping round and round and round. Then we get on to, finally, we get into the full-on chorus. So let me show you how to play that. Okay, and that just repeats round. So what we're playing there, we start off on the 7th fret on the A string, cross over to G4, and then we're just going to go down 7-5 on the D string to 7 on the A. Then we've got this little pattern here that we're going to pick up the 5 on the A to 7, back to the 5, to the 7. So we get that little line. Makes sense when you play that line. Cross over to the D string and we're going to do a 4-5-4. Back to the 5 and then 7. Then we cross over to the G string and we're going to do a 4-5-4. 7 on the D. Back to the 4 on the G. And then it's just a straight run down on that D string doing a 7-5-4. So I'll put that together. Then it starts all over again. And that just repeats through the chorus. When we go through the chorus, we go into the section called an interlude, which goes like this. Now, you've played this riff earlier when we was doing it on more of a clean sound. So we're going to start off on open E string. Then we cross over to the D string, we do a 5-4 to 7 on the A. See, played it before. And then the third time we play 7 on the D, 4, and then 5. And we just keep round and round playing that. Now we go into the first guitar solo, which features Yannick Gears on that, and this is on, if you're following the sheet music, this is known as Interlude number 4. So I'll just play the line through and then I'll show you how it's done. It's fairly easy to riff this, just alternating, picking across it. We're going to go 7 hammer on to 9. And then we've got 4. That's your pattern that you're playing. Now you're going to play that 6 times. So you get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After the 6th one, we play this line on the B string, which is 8, 10, 8, 7. And then on to 9, 7 on the G string. And repeat. And then we repeat that whole section all over again. Then that takes us through to the first of the main kind of freelance guitar solos by Adrian Smith. Now I'm going to show you how to play the rhythm guitar behind that section. So this is the first part. Okay, what we're doing there, we start off at 7, 8, 7. Then we've got 3 open E's. Then I do a 7, 5, 2, 3 open E's. Then I do a 5, 3, 3 open E's. And then I do a 3, 2. And then I have got the 6. Then repeat. So we repeat that, and that goes through twice, all the way around. And then we go into a more of a power chord a rhythm behind the solo, which goes like this. And then we go back into that. Section. So we've got the power chords that we play through, and they get played through 4 times over that. And what I'm doing there, I'm playing just a B to a C, and then I do a G to an A on the E string. Repeat that through, and then it's back to that one I said. Now we come out of that, and then we're into what is down on the sheet music as Interlude number 7. So let's go and check that one out. So it goes like this. So we start off on 7 on the high E, to 10 on the B string. We go back to the E string and it's 7, 8. Back to the 7 on the high E. To the 8, to the 10, back to the 8, to the 7, cross over the B string and we do a 10, 8, 10. So we put it together. And we repeat that. We play that, we're going to play that 4 times. And then we go into the next section, which is marked as Interlude number 8. Right, let me just play that through. course, that does the usual. That is going to keep going round and round and round. I believe you're going to play that about 8 times on this one. So we start off on 7th fret on the high E string. We'll cross to 9 on the G string. And then I'm doing a 9, 7, 9. Then I move across to the B string, I do an 8, 12. And then I repeat. Repeat again that opening section. Now instead of going across to the 8 and then 10, I'm going to do 8 on the B to 7, finishing back on 9. And then I'm going to lead back into the riff again by playing 8, 10. And then we back playing. And that just keeps repeating round and round and round. At this point, we have covered all of the guitar parts that are played through this song. Because from here, we go into the pre-chorus, and for the pre-chorus, we go into the full chorus. And that takes us to the close. Now, as I've said at the beginning, I am including the tablature for all of the guitars on this, and this can be found by following that link that takes you to my website. And also, I'm going to put together a backing track so you can practice what you've learned alongside this backing track for you. Well, I'm going to let you go. I know you want to get stuck in and learn how to play all these various riffs through this song. So, until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker wishing you well, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. And until then, goodbye.